Welcome to Totem Pole Sports. Coach Hutchings with Coach Lambo. We were talking about NFL yesterday. Those 49ers had a little fight with the Las Vegas Raiders. Overtime, they won 37-34. And apparently the favorite quarterback in the NFL, Mr. Brock Purdy, went 22 of 35, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Now, Coach Lambo, I know you've been on the Brock Purdy train, but what do you think about him yesterday?
He's efficient. The 49ers are not a quarterback-oriented system. Now, the most underrated wide receiver right now is Brandon Ayuk. Okay? Brandon Ayuk, 9 catches, 101 yards at a touchdown. Brock Purdy does what Brock Purdy needs to do. Mr. Irrelevant. Y'all talking about all that hate over there, talking about the 49ers ain't this. The 49ers, ladies and gentlemen, are 12-4. Did you forget Jimmy G hurt? Trey Lance hurt the second game of the year. Jimmy G hurt. Brock Purdy, ladies and gentlemen. John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, I put as my top 5 favorite coach of all time because he knows what to do when it's injury-prone team. Now, the 49ers have been injury-prone for years, okay? But then when you trade for one of the best running backs in the game, Christian McCaffrey, ladies and gentlemen. Christian McCaffrey's back. 19 carries, 121 yards, a touchdown, 6 catches for 72 yards. He can pass catch. He can do everything.
Dude's a workhorse.
The 49ers and that West Coast offense, I love that West Coast offense. I want to sit there one-on-one with Kyle Shanahan, and he can teach me the West Coast offense. But those 49ers, I promise you something. I'm going to make a spoiled prediction, ladies and gentlemen. 49ers going back to the NFC Championship game this year. They're going back. That defense. DeMeco Ryans, defensive coordinator, done a very, very excellent job. Now, I know they gave up 34 points, but he's a head coaching candidate. He's underrated. You got Nick Bosa. I'm trying to tell you about these 49ers, ladies and gentlemen. I might go for the 49ers. I'm going to buy a 49ers jersey possibly. 49ers are something special. The 49ers, they might can get the number 1 seed because the Eagles lost and the Vikings lost.
Yeah, the 49ers, if you listen to our previous podcast, when we were talking to the 49ers PA announcer, I said it was, they had my vote for probably making it back to NFC Championship as well. They just have so many weapons on that team that no matter who is behind the center, they can get it done. And like you mentioned, Christian McCaffrey, over 100 yards rushing. He had almost 200 yards of total offense just by himself. And, it was a competitive game the whole game, but the Raiders were controlling that game for the majority of it. But then the 49ers came in and just got it close and took it into overtime. And I remember there was like 7 minutes left, and I looked over, I was watching the game with my dad. I said, Dad, this game's going to overtime. And lo and behold, there it goes. And Amazon had it like while they were down that there was a 70% chance of them to win. So all you bettors out there, if you saw that, if you took that, you ended up doing well. But the big story out of this game was that the Raiders did not have Derek Carr. They brought in Jarrett Stidham, 23 of 34, 365 yards, pretty impressive, 3 touchdowns. However, he did throw 2 interceptions. But when you got guys like Devontae Adams and Darren Waller on your team, there's a lot that you can do too, no matter who, again, is under center. So what do you think, Coach Lambo, about Jarrett Stidham's very first appearance after this whole Derek Carr situation?
Well, Devontae Adams had 7 catches for 153 yards and 2 TDs, and you had Darren Waller for 3 catches and 72 yards. Josh McDaniels must have had it right. And here's why I say he must have it right. Because Jarrett Stidham's been under Josh McDaniels. He was a 4th-round draft pick. So he sat under Josh McDaniels. He knows the system. It's the Patriots system. It's to get the ball out quick. It's to make smart decisions. And I guess he did better than what Derek Carr did this year because Derek Carr and Devontae Adams weren't on the same page the whole year. Now, I understand, ladies and gentlemen, he's only going to play 2 games. But this is the Devontae Adams that we see. The best wide receiver in the game is Devontae Adams. And he showed that. He made some crucial catches in that 4th quarter, that overtime game when he dove for the ball. That's the Devontae Adams. That's the Devontae Adams that Aaron Rodgers was in Green Bay. But I'm going to tell you something. The Raiders, they for the 5th time this year, have blown a 13-plus point lead. And the Raiders have a good roster, but they just continue to not finish. And we'll see what happens with the whole Derek Carr thing and whatever. But I think Jarrett Stidham did what he can handle. and he kept the Raiders in the game. But like I said, the Raiders are like the Chargers. They have a lead, they blow it, and they lose. So it's really frustrating, and the Raiders were officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Yeah, and so there was a question from Mr. Totem Pole that he wanted to ask to Coach Lambeau about who is the better coach between the two.
That's an easy question. Come on now. Kyle Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen. Kyle Shanahan has been to 2 NFC championship games. Kyle Shanahan has been to a Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan has had 1 losing record in 2020 when they were 6-10. Yeah. So I'm taking Kyle Shanahan over Josh McDaniels. Now, Josh McDaniels got fired from the Broncos, okay? And his first year in the Raiders, he's not doing that good. Now, I'm not shaming him. I'm not saying he's going to be a good head coach, but I'm taking Kyle Shanahan. He's the GOAT. Mike Shanahan, the GOAT.
Yeah, do you think it's because of the Shanahan dynasty that he is as good as he is?
Well, if you learn under your father, yes. You learn under your father, yes. Excuse me. Mike Shanahan coached the Denver Broncos, ladies and gentlemen. John Elway, Shannon Sharp, John Lynch. I'm going to tell you something about Mike Shanahan, Kyle Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan has did the groundwork, under the groundwork, ladies and gentlemen. He's the offensive coordinator for the Broncos and all this other stuff, the Browns. I mean, we go all the way back. The 49ers made a good hire. Okay, made a good hire. John Lynch is the GM. They did an excellent job in the draft. Kyle Shanahan is the better coach. I want to meet Kyle Shanahan in person.
Kyle Shanahan, give us a shout. We definitely want to get you on the podcast. But we'll have to see until after the playoffs because I think as well they're going to make it to the NFC Championship. We'll see about the Super Bowl, but they've got some talent on that team, and they were able to knock off the Raiders in overtime. So do you think that the Raiders might need America's best product, though, to take care of themselves after this game?
We going to have to see next season. I mean, they're just trying to last until January 8th. And whatever all-season adjustments they'll make. But I won't be surprised if Josh McDaniels either gets fired or they make other coaching staff changes along with the offensive side, defensive side. We're going to have to see. But the Raiders have to be aggressive when it comes to the NFL draft. I'm not confident in their last game. They're probably going to have a 16-point lead and then lose.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. How many packs of Dude Wipes do you think they'll need to make it through the rest of the season?
Well, they're going to need about an 8-pack of Dude Wipes. Dude Wipes is the best product in America. It's 35% large, 99% water, and it's fragrance-free. Schedule did come out that 2 teams play on Saturday. One of them is the Las Vegas Raiders. They play the Kansas City Chiefs. They're a home game, but that's an L. So I think they need a pack of Dude Wipes after that 4:30 game on Saturday.
Agreed. Totem Pole Nation, thanks for watching, checking in. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you later.